Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another pre-market watch list. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Today is going to be a little bit wild, a little bit crazy, I think. It seems like we got a lot of volatility already picking up in the market today. So do think it could be an interesting day on our hands. We do have the market gapping down like $5 a share. As expected, kind of. We did say, if it kept going in the manner it was, we're probably going to see it roll over once again. So the volatility index is spiked. Volatility ETFs are going a little bit wild. Markets down. We got a few earnings reports today. Penny stocks don't seem too amazing to me today, so I'm going to keep an eye on the high day momentum scanner, see if anything picks up there at some point. Personally, you don't really need, so in terms of like trading the market, you don't really need any other ETFs other than like TVIX, UVXY, and TQQ, personally, in my opinion. You don't really need to look at any other ETFs if you're trying to kind of trade volatility in regards to the market. Yeah, I don't really see you needing to trade any other ETFs other than TQQQ, yeah, and TVIX and UVXY. Good morning to everybody tuning in as well. So let's get into it. All right, guys. So first one I'll show or talk about is going to be 3M. So 3M's pretty light on volume here pre-market, but I do like it in terms of a play today. So it is light right now on pre-market activity in terms of volume, but I think when the market opens up, we'll probably pick up in volume. Just know that 3M is probably going to have a pretty big spread of 50 cents, possibly even $1 today, but I do see that 3M could have a lot of movement to the downside today, so definitely going to be watching that just in case. All right, if you look at this chart, if you look at the yearly chart on 3M, you go back to the past earnings plays. I mean, on its past earnings, it's moved about $12 per share. On its most or past couple recent earnings, it's gapped down and moved about $12 per share on the day. So with the gap down that's currently taking place, I think we could very well see 3M have movement of another $5 to $6 a share on the day. So I'm going to be watching 3M short. So far, it's kind of just consolidating sideways. Going to watch this probably short out of the gates. If it ends up going up, that's fine too. That's okay. So it always does run the possibility of going the opposite way. So let's say 3M does kind of break to the upside. I'll probably watch it short around 194, 196 maybe, right around this level. So again, could go both ways, but I'm definitely going to be watching this short. It didn't appear that they had the best earnings report, so going to be watching this again short, hopefully with the target of maybe 180 on the day. So 3M earnings play, going to be watching that. Caterpillar is another stock that really hasn't had its full-on earnings call. The earnings call comes out here a little bit later today, but they already kind of reported. So I didn't really think the earnings report was that bad, but it does appear that the market's reacting negatively. But we also have the market dropping significantly today, so that's helping kind of bring down some of these other stocks as well. A lot of these large cap stocks are going in the same direction as the market. So even though Caterpillar's earnings didn't seem to be all that bad, the market's still dragging it down with it. So going to be keeping a close eye on Caterpillar today. So looking at Caterpillar's yearly chart, you can see it's well below its 200 moving average. It's been taking a pretty big beating, right? So if we look at the 180-day chart, Caterpillar brings us way, way down, okay? So it's all the way down to 118 right now. So it's not even on, it's into a 52-week low. If you go back as long as a 3-year chart, it's at 118. It's really not near any support. So let's say Caterpillar does have a really bad day. I think we could see Caterpillar as low as 109, 110 on the day possibly, but that's if it continues getting worse and worse and keeps going down throughout the day. If you look at a 180-day chart, it's definitely overextended to the downside, and I could actually see Caterpillar having a nice reversal, but I think it's also dependent on how the market moves today. So going to be keeping Caterpillar on watch today too, for a short play. But I do think that this one has more squeeze potential. So even if it doesn't break down, I'll still watch it long for a reversal play to the upside today on Caterpillar. All right. Next one I'll talk about. So TVIX. TVIX is a volatility ETF that I think a lot of you guys should be watching today. Look at this massive gap up. That's because the market went down. So let's take a look here so you guys all know. So here's the market today. This is just an ETF of the S&P. You know, we could look at the actual, there's the S&P. Futures are down, but, you know, market's not trading. But if you look at the ETFs, here you go. So market's already down pretty big. Futures are down. So, you know, look at this yearly chart, or actually 180 day. So if you look at this 4-hour chart, when it loads, you'll see that the market is right down towards this previous low. Right there is exactly where we're coming to. So don't be surprised if there's actually a bounce today on the market. It's down, 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 but you know, it's down towards that previous support where we got bought up. So don't be surprised to actually see the market start moving green out of the gates. I think that could be, you know, definitely foreseeable, okay? We will take a look at a few others here. Yeah, Dave, as you said, you know, Caterpillar didn't seem to have a bad earnings, so I think it's just a reaction and with the market going down right now. So going to be keeping a close eye on this market. If this market starts to bounce, I think Caterpillar is going to have a nice move. All right. So just because, right, just because the market's down so big doesn't mean you should instantly think it's going to be a short on the day. It's moved right down into a pretty strong support from a couple days ago, last week. So there might be a bounce on the market today, okay? But I think it's still going to be a wise decision to keep an eye on TVIX, UVXY. These are the volatility ETFs, so when the market goes down, these will naturally go up because volatility picks up. And then TQQ is another ETF you could watch. So if the market actually starts to pick up and go back up, you could trade TQQ to the long side. All right. So far this morning, there's really no penny stocks that I like. The only thing I'm really following is YECO, going to follow YECO. This is really the only thing that I'm still keeping eyes on is YECO at this point. There's a few that I've been looking at, like NCTY possibly. That's really just about it. Other than that, there's really not a whole lot else that I'll be watching in terms of penny stocks today. So I think today's going to be one of those days where I'll just keep my eyes on the, you know, high of day momentum scanner. If something pops up, looks good, then maybe I'll trade it for penny stocks today. Oh, Tilray. I'm glad you asked. So Tilray, going down like nuts. This is nothing that we didn't anticipate. Still, Tilray price target is for me going to be $50 a share. So again, still holding true to the price target on Tilray down to $50 a share. We'll see. It's still moving that direction. As we stated, it was a bubble, and the bubble is popping. And that the most recent moves we've seen are most likely a dead cat bounce. And so we're still moving in that direction. So for me, I think Tilray is a short play personally. You can look at the Russell. If you're trying to look at the Russell 2000, it's RUT. That's the Russell 2000. So those are pretty much all the ones that I'm looking like. Yeah, see, and that's another thing, right? That's another thing is with the small account, everyone goes, oh, well, it's going to be hard for me to make money. Well, the goal, I mean, of course, is to make money. But, you know, if you tend to have a smaller account, you shouldn't even be thinking about money. You should just be thinking about making correct trades so you can slowly build your account, right? Whether it's $1 or $3 gain, like if that's where you're at, that's how you'll have to kind of, trade in action, right? And even if, right, people always say you can't make money trading higher price stocks, which is completely false. You actually can make pretty good money. For example, if you had an account, let's see, let's do some math here. If you had an account, here's TVIX, right? Let's see, what's this worth? About what, $50 a share. So if you had an account of, a couple thousand, right? Let's say an account of like 2,000, you could at least afford, like 20 shares on this, close to. And TVIX can move, $4 or $5 a share on the day. That's a $100 gain on the day. That's a pretty good gain. So you can definitely make money on a smaller account, right? It's not as easy to make money on a smaller account, but you have the same, right? Whether it's easy or not to make money, you're still trading the same as you would with anybody with a $1 million account, so to speak, right? The move that someone makes on a $1 million account is the same move that you can make on a smaller account. The only reason you're not making as much is just because you're not leveraged as hard in the stock or the ETF. So far, though, that's all I'm watching, right? Cron, a lot of the weed stocks are still going down. Massive sell-offs. Cron actually might be, I would say Cron's going to be a buy today. If it hits 760s, I would take Cron long. I think Cron could be a long around 760. So even I might watch Cron to the long side at around $7.60 today. Or trade options, too. If you have a smaller account, you can trade options. JTPY, let's see. Oh, is this that? Maybe. No. Yeah, JTPY that's getting bought out. Don't trade that. Crocs. Yeah, Crocs is just kind of hanging out, not really doing too much. Doesn't actually look like Crocs has been affected too heavily. I guess they kind of have. They've been affected a little bit by the market. Crocs is still up. I say Crocs is neutral. Crocs is a hold at this point. No reason to sell it. There's no real bearish signal just yet. Crocs seems pretty stable actually with all the market volatility. So I think Crocs is just neutral. You just hold. Yeah, TRPX. So there's some news on this about like something maybe getting bought out. Yeah, you could watch this. I think there's some strong news on this about some merger or acquisition. So I'd keep an eye on it. I don't necessarily think it's going to be amazing on the day. It doesn't have very good volume, but I'd say you could keep an eye on TRPX as there is some strong news about some merger deal, something like that. So might be something you want to keep an eye on for the future. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to run through my watch list one more time. So my watch list is YECO today. It will be TVIX, TQQ, 3M, and Caterpillar. And of course, I'll be watching the overall market as a whole too. But that is it right there, ladies and gentlemen. ADRO. I'll take a look at ADRO. Interesting looking. So had to be some type of news to drive the price that low. Yeah, so they lost their deal to I think they lost one of their partners to help develop their strains for lung and prostate cancer or something. So that's some really bad news. You could watch it, might recover somewhere in the future, but they did receive some really bad news. That's why it dropped so much. Yeah, I did see NKTR sell off yesterday. If you look at it, it's down really pretty big. It's done a death cross. Right now it's just downtrending. Yeah, that was I know. When I seen that, I'm like, wow, what a miss. But yeah, NKTR had a really, really big sell off. I really don't know what to do with that one just yet. I would just hold off on that. I think it could be coming down to a good buy point, but you really have to check the news. They are a therapeutics company, and those can always be a little bit sketchy to trade. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you today. So I hope that helps you guys determine what you're trading. Again, volatility ETFs. So far, penny stocks don't really look good. I'm sure some type of penny stock will start moving today. I don't know which one it's going to be. I got scanners that'll help me find that when they do start moving, if they do start moving. So volatility ETFs and large cap stocks are going to be, it's really an all around day today. With the market moving the way it is, I think you got to be diverse and wanting to trade some ETFs, maybe some large cap stocks, and then possibly some penny stocks as they come. All right. So with that being said, no, I mean, I do trade IPOs every once in a while, but it's coming pretty good, pretty far on the swing trading course. We've gotten a lot of it done, so we are getting pretty close. I don't want to say too close to completion, but we are getting pretty close as far as content made on that. So it should be done pretty soon. I mean, it's going to be cool. You guys will learn. I think you'll learn far more than anything. I don't want to say anything, but I think you'll learn far more than what the average swing trading course would entail. Got a lot of cool things coming in that, so I'll keep you guys posted when it's ready. So with that being said, guys, have a good day. Stay green. I forgot to record yesterday. I thought I hit record, forgot to record, so I wasn't able to successfully record my trading day yesterday, but it was a good day. We had up over $4,000, $5,000 right in that area. So it was a good day trading yesterday, and so hopefully I'll remember to record today. With that being said, I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning for another live stream.